Welcome to this PIERRE Academy tutorial. In this video, we will walk through the most common troubleshooting steps when a PIERRE controller is not working. Very often, we simply receive the message, "The PIERRE is not working." To solve this, we need to systematically test a few key things. We start by trying to control a light from the application, but nothing happens. Looking at the app, we can see that the controller is offline. The first step is to check the internet connection of the controller. As we can see, the cable is unplugged. We reconnect it, and after a few seconds, the controller turns green and the offline icon disappears in the app. If it still doesn't switch, the next step is to check the power supply. We measure the controller and confirm it has 12 volts. Then we also check the 5-volt line. This is also correct. This tells us that the controller's power supply is working properly. Next, we check if the output is providing 12 volts. When we activate it, we measure between the output and ground, and we can see that it switches correctly. So the PIERRE output is working fine. At this point, for easier testing, we can directly connect the output to the positive line. This should force the relay to switch. If it doesn't, then the issue is likely with the relay or wiring. In this example, the relay is slightly loose. We check that all pins are intact and properly connected, then reconnect it. Now the relay switches correctly and controls the phase as expected. We also verify that the relay input has phase voltage, and it does. Another common issue is with the wall button, or taster. Sometimes users report that the button doesn't work, even though the app does. Often this happens because the button gets physically stuck, for example, due to plaster or installation issues. We check if the button moves properly. Then we measure it against ground. When pressed, it shows 12 volts, and when released, it drops to 0 volts. This confirms the button is working correctly and is properly wired to the controller input. At this point, if everything else works, the only remaining issue is usually configuration. We open the partner app, go to the input settings, and check the assigned actions. In this case, nothing is configured for tap, hold, or double press. We assign the correct action, save it, and test again. Now, when we press the button, the light turns on immediately. So the key takeaway is simple. Always test step by step. Check the internet connection, verify the power supply, measure outputs, test the relay directly, and confirm that inputs and configuration are correct. And one final important note. Never connect 12-volt to a 5-volt input, as this can permanently damage the controller. And that's it. See you in the next video.